Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to Schaefer Center at Indiana Tech for tonight's volleyball match between the visiting Vernon Nazarene Cougars and your Indiana Tech Warriors. Indiana Tech, the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference, and the NIL.
Want to know the difference between dreaming and doing? Yeah, pretty much everything.
Thank you. Wait now, if you please rise, gentlemen, remove your caps and we're playing our national anthem.
Want to know the difference between dreaming and doing? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a warrior. Tech goes by many names. Business, fine art, forensic science. Some think it's just technical. But really, tech means everything. Scholarships, internships, championships. It's professors who make time for you one-on-one. It's putting everything on the line. It can be fierce. It can be fascinating. It can be awesome. Most important, it's believing in yourself and what you have to offer the world. Because at Indiana Tech, warriors are prepared to lead a significant life.
You're busy. You expect to say no sometimes. But what you didn't expect was a chance to say yes to a college degree while keeping your life. Indiana Tech is now offering Chicago area students undergraduate and graduate degree opportunities taught online by experienced faculty who care. Learn more at one of the new Indiana Tech enrollment centers in Naperville or Wilmette.
I can turn this in early? Sure, whenever you're ready.
Embrace the unexpected at Indiana Tech.
Well, first of all, I'd like to say that there aren't very many energy programs out there. When I researched all of the various programs recently, there are really only 2 or 3 accredited engineering programs.
I'm from Las Vegas, Nevada originally. I came out here to Indiana Tech to actually go for the energy engineering program because of its uniqueness and its ability to get hands-on with the materials that I'm going to be using in the future.
Well, a few of the things I think that sets Indiana Tech apart is, number one, you have very small classes. You have very close relationships with your professors. When you have a class of 10 people, it's much easier to get to know the professor and get in contact with him than if you have a class of 30, 40, or 50. You're going to have the same professors for the majority of your classes. You're going to have the same classmates for the majority of your classes.
The more practical applications come in all the subsequent energy engineering classes. Heat transfers in a class that right after they're leaving the classroom, and the board is filled with calculus. So in order to understand a lot of these topics, they're going to need to understand the calculus there. Calculus is the study of the rate of change, how fast things change. And depending upon whether it's energy engineering, industrial engineering, or whatever, they're going to need to use that and apply that.
Professor Romary, he stands out to me the most right now because when I first got here, I had to take calculus, Calc 1, Calc 2. And he's one of the professors that teaches it. And he just really was a very kind and helpful guy, and he did.
Good evening, everyone. We welcome you inside the Schaefer Center for an all-important matchup in WHAC play, as it is the Indiana Tech Warriors taking on the Mount Vernon Nazarene Cougars. Joe Northern, delighted to have you with us right now. The Cougars trying to find the right side of the momentum. They're 9-11 as it stands right now. They lost in 3 straight to Defiance under head coach Duck Shear in his 6th season. But for the Indiana Tech Warriors, they have found a way to completely right the ship in the opposite direction, however, winning 5 out of their last 6, and in fact, only losing 2 matches in the month of January as it stands right now. And actually, as it stands overall, since it is April Fool's Day after all, but no fooling around. This Indiana Tech team in 3rd place, trying to make at least a deep run into postseason play. As the starting rotations just now quickly getting onto the court. In the first match that these two teams met up, it was at Mount Vernon where the Warriors won it 3-1 over the Cougars. While Mount Vernon Nazarene looking for a win over Indiana Tech to try to find their way back into the WHAC standings in the top 4, as they are currently on the outside looking in at 6th place coming into tonight's matchup. Meanwhile, Indiana Tech, they are in 3rd as it stands at the moment, behind Bethel and Lourdes. And Lourdes off until next Tuesday night, which they will be right here at the Schaefer Center coming up on the 7th. So something to keep in mind as this evening progresses, as the Warriors trying to set themselves up in a good position the rest of the way to potentially host at least one home matchup. Likely the conference championship going to be at Bethel coming up in a few weeks, but nonetheless the Warriors looking to try to do just the same thing, and a quick swing up on the board just in time for IT. As Zach Carnes able to get the quick swing in time to make it a 1-0 affair early in set number 1. Joe Northern delighted to have you with us, and see Peterson able to sail this one across. Of course, the Warriors, they come into this one at 16-7, 11-3 in WHAC play. This one sails out of the box, and a quick out-of-play swing and advantage for IT. Takai Peterson ready to sail this one over. Gets a grace into the net, going to be close, but a nice dunk tip it in once more, coming from the hands of Logan Gamero. And just like that, the Warriors with 3 immediate points to get things going here in set number 1. As they lead to start this one off 3-0, but a quick swing out of play will now give the Cougars a chance to try to get some quick points on the board. So 1-3 the advantage of Indiana Tech. The Warriors trying to find a way to get some quick opportunities in the meantime. There's another push again on the inside. This one tipped up. Gets back over to Olin Elliott. Nice lift again to the inside from Xander DeVault. But this one sailed out of play by Ben Rosenau and back to a 1-up advantage, 3-2, an advantage of IT. (3-2) the advantage. High swing, tip down. Dug up in the middle by Urish. Still safe to the inside coming in from Dow. Another push. This one dunk tip down and in for Elliott. The San Antonio native able to get the quick swing tip on the board. 4-2 advantage of IT. Coming in, taking a look at the leaders for both teams here in this matchup as it stands. As you take a look right now, it's Dylan Poore, no surprise, leading with 276 kills. Nolan Bosley, 747 when it comes to assists. Christian Cole, 2K with 32 aces. Tommy Turney, however, is going to be the key player. 179 kills, 27 aces, and 142 digs as this one broke it up and out of play. As the LePere was looking to see if maybe that was inside the box. From our vantage point, it looked like it was inside the box, as that was off the hand of Ryan Causer. And with that, we take our first timeout, 4-3 here in set number 1. You're watching Indiana Tech men's volleyball. Glad to have you with us as we are on the postseason stretch here in the month of April.
It's really important for freshmen to realize you get out of college what you put into it. If you dedicate yourself to your classes and to your projects and to what you're doing in college, you're going to have a really great experience here.
I wish someone would have told me my freshman year that it's important to prioritize, knowing what's important, what's not important, knowing what I need to do opposed to what I want to do.
The two things that I think all freshmen should know is buy a parking permit so you don't rack up a bunch of fines and tickets, and also make sure you go to class because it seems like a good idea.
So the point is going to be overturned, and we'll stay with Indiana Tech to make it 5-2 here in set number 1. As we are just getting things underway here in an all-important late-season matchup in WHAC play. As you can see, the debate going on the court right now with our head official and the coach for Mount Vernon Nazarene and Doug Scher. For the Warriors trying to continue a run right now, looking to try to go 3 and out against this Mount Vernon Nazarene team. And Nolan Bosley now ready to try to sail this one across. Bosley throws this one up high, gets a little graze across the net. Going to be a battle upside. Block tipped it in. Owen Elliott to find a quick block in time. Gamero also in there as well. So a joint block between Gamero and Elliott up top. And the lead now 6-2. Here's a swing again from Elliott. This one dug up by Munnin. High push, one-hander coming in for the hands of Klosser. Klosser again gets this one down to Gieske. Sailed again up top. Set piece play upcoming. Elliott, but launching this one just a little too hard and out of the box. And a 6-3 affair, still advantage of IT. Again, as we mentioned, Mount Vernon Nazarene, as you take a look at the standings right now, they are in 6th place in WHAC play, 6-8, 9-11 as it stands right now as this one goes into the net. And the Warriors again trying to affirm their 3rd place spot, but need to potentially at least hope that number 1, they get the win against Lourdes, but went out the rest of the way. And hope that Lourdes stubs their toe in one way or another, since they would both be at a 1-1 advantage. And this one deflected off the tip of the front line from 2K Christian Cold. And a point back on the board for Mount Vernon. 7-4 advantage of IT. And Austin Kolakowski ready to bring it over, the outside hitter, junior. Kolakowski, head of the net. So a quick swing in the meantime for Logan Gamero coming in. Warriors doubling up 8-4 here in set number 1. But back-to-back net calls in the meantime. With Xander Duvall ready to come in. Duvall gets this one up and over. Sails back over to Cold. This one block tipped in the inside. What a great block again from Tommy Tierney, the Elder High School freshman out of Cincinnati, Ohio. And just like that, Mount Vernon Nazarene cuts it down to within 2, 8-6 early on here in set number 1. Push again from DeVault. This one sails out of play. 9-6 advantage of IT here in set number 1. Yurish gets this one across. Cole tries to get a hand on it. Lift again coming from Carnes, and a reset up coming from Mount Vernon Nazarene. This one blocked up front, but out of play. So the Cougars able to get a quick point in the meantime to make it 9-7. Advantage of IT. But Mount Vernon Nazarene doing a great job of at least trying to get themselves into the momentum. Another push from 2K. This one deflected up top. And the Warriors strike again. Back up 3. And this match could potentially be a preview of what could come in WHAC opening round play, as there is a little bit of separation between these two teams at the 3rd and the 3 and the 6 line right now in conference standings. This one goes out of play, point for Mount Vernon Nazarene. But yet the Cougars and the Warriors have not played as many games comparatively to other WHAC opponents. Over the Warriors down to 11-3 on the season, Mount Vernon Nazarene at 6-8. If the season ended today, they would be facing off against each other in the opening round right here at the Schaefer Center as this one sails out of the box. But if Mount Vernon Nazarene found a way to run the table in WHAC play, they would be able to leap up to that 5 line to take on Lawrence Tech potentially. But as it stands right now, this could very well be a first round WHAC preview, with the Warriors potentially taking on Lords unless Indiana Tech steals a win against Lords and the Grey Wolves stub their toe in one way or another. 12-8 the match as it stands right now. This one sails out. Here's Tommy Tierney. Tierney gets this one inside to Urish. High swing, brought down, and in time. As Owen Elliott able to go in on that left corner, able to swing it down and in motion. With the Warriors up 4, 13-9 here in the first. Joe Northern, delighted to have you with us. Bringing it in, the number 3 in Nolan Bosley, the Indianapolis native. But into the net that goes. Haven Larison now ready to bring it across. Larison gets this one up the middle. Swung on, deflected, tipped in, got it to go. It's off the hands of number 20, Logan Gieske, the Joliet, Illinois native. And the Warriors still with a 4-point advantage here early on in set number 1, 14-10. Elliott out of play. The sideouts have not been terribly kind to IT here in this matchup tonight. As it stands, if we take a look at team matchups right now, 4-4 in service errors. 4-4 Mount Vernon. We'll make it 5 now as that one goes into the net, but 4 for Indiana Tech. And the lead back up to 4. But even on kills, 5-4. Warriors with a slight advantage in that one. Mount Vernon more attacks, 16-13. This one brought up into the middle, deflected, and out of play. They were looking for the tip, and they got it. And all thanks to Logan Gieske, able to get the swing tip in time. So the Warriors able to find a little more separation and a 5-point advantage here in set number 1. As they will go into the monitor to see if that maybe flew out of play or not. From a vantage point, it may have, but We'll wait to roll that for our officials. We'll step aside. 16-11 score stands for IT. Back in a moment.
From the first day, I felt very welcome at Indiana Tech.
I just really enjoy the classes and the vibe I get from all the other athletes and just the students here. Everybody's cool and everybody gets along really well.
I'm currently a senior, and since my freshman year, student life activities have really grown throughout campus, and there's so many ways that you can meet new people. You can go bowling, you can watch movies, and it's just really important to get involved on campus.
We have intramurals, anything from billiards to basketball. It's made student life very enjoyable.
I love Fort Wayne because there's always something going on, like festivals. I walk a bunch of the trails here locally. There's great restaurants. There's always something fun to do. You can never be bored here in Fort Wayne.
The school spirit at Indiana Tech is epic. It's everything. We had our first annual hockey game not too long ago. Everybody showed up, face paint, cowbells, Trojan hats, lawn gnomes. It was amazing.
So the Warriors keep the point on the board as they were able to see the deflection inside on the replay to make it 16-11, an advantage of the Warriors. But into the net, and the point back for the Cougars. Make it 16-12.
Now serving for the Cougars, number 15, Xander Devold.
As Devold ready to bring this over. Dobbins Bennett High School from Kingsport, Tennessee. Received from the back row. High tip again from Gieske. Looks to reset it again once more. Block tipped into 2K, but 2K able to get the advantage as this one just runs into the net. 17-12, Warriors in the advantage. With Jensen Urish coming in, the Jefferson, Ohio native. Urish. Brought up in the middle to Tierney. This one brought up again on the inside. Hits it down to Cold. Off the net. And able to get one hand off it. As 2K Christian Cold able to get the quick swing in time. The lead back to 6. 18-12 here in the first. Urish again trying to continue to keep the momentum in their direction. Received in the back row. High tip again. Brought up by Elliott. Another push. It's Urish able to get the deflection in time, and it's been Jensen Urish who's been able to win the battles tonight against number 12 and Tommy Tierney. So a battle of underclassmen going against each other. Urish, the outside hitter from Jefferson, Ohio, and Tierney, the freshman from Cincinnati. Urish again continuing. They get it up to the libero from Tao to receive it. And able to swing this one down in time. So it cuts it down to a 6-point advantage, 19-13. Number 19, Noah Weiberg, ready to bring it over. Battle up into the net. Could be a set-piece play, but no, they were caught sleeping. And so a great setup in time for Mount Vernon. And the lead back down to 5, 19-14. Into the net it goes. 20-14 advantage of IT here in set number 1. They're trying to quickly pull away with this one. .2K ready to sail this one up over. Received by Turney. Turney trying to get this one across. Bunt sails out of play. Make it 20-15.
Serving for the Cougars, number 11, Jackson Snell.
Here's Jackson Snell now ready to bring this one up and across. Snell, the freshman from Taylor High School. They got to bring this over to Elliott, and they do, but out of play. So again, Mount Vernon Nazarene doing a great job of at least playing the sidelines here tonight. Cut this down to a 4-point advantage, 20-16. Here in set one. Push again from Snell. This one broke it up again. Tipped down and got it to go. It's a nice bounce coming in from Zach Carnes, able to get the quick point and the lead back to 5 for IT. 21-16 here in set number one. The Warriors trying to find a way to pull forward. They're in the black jerseys with the white letters and the orange trim tonight. Letters and numbers, we should say. Mount Vernon Nazarene, an interesting mix of navy blue and light blue on the jerseys with white numbers. This one deflected up and out, so good heads-up play. Let's make it a 6-point affair. It's been the largest lead tonight we've seen between these two teams at 6 points, 22-16. Peterson sails it out. Tommy Tierney now ready to bring it over. Tierney gets it up to Ben Rosno, now in the rotation. But Owen Elliott was looking for the tip, could not get it. And just like that, a quick side out. An advantage of the Cougars as they trim it down to 4 late here in the first. But a quick punch out coming in from Tommy Tierney in the meantime extends it back to 5. 23-18. And advantage to Nolan Bosley coming in. Another push again on the inside. This one deflected. Nice save again coming in by the Warriors. But a swing out of the box will trim it down to a 4-point lead. This one broken up again, still kept live. Seals it back over to Kieske. Block tipped again. Still one pass to bring it over, and that's exactly what they're going to do with Monin. Monin now sets it up for a set-piece play. High swing tip, able to get it off the arm of Monin. And the Warriors now at a set point, thanks to Owen Elliott, able to get this up and over. Has 2K Christian Colt coming in, and Owen Elliott now with an opportunity. 24-19 here in the first. Elliott does not look for the arm, but sails out of the box. And the set progresses. 24-20, advantage of Indiana Tech. Kologowski gets this one up over to Rosno. Set piece play, swing tip. That's how this one comes to a close. And it's thanks to Logan Kieske, able to get the quick swing up and across. And the set in the first set goes to your Warriors as they win it 25-20. We'll be back at the second coming up in a moment. You're watching Indiana Tech Athletics on the Indiana Tech Digital Network.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
I decided if I was going to come to Indiana Tech, I was going to be a different kind of instructor. I was really going to focus on connecting with students, teaching the students the theory that they needed and also the practical applications.
Very practically, what that looks like is smaller class sizes. So my class sizes are the 8 to 10 up to maybe 20. And that's backed up with, we have 18 hours of office hours every week. I'm sitting in my office waiting for students to come in to talk about anything. It doesn't just have to be with the classroom.
In the College of Engineering, we have ABET accreditation for mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, and biomedical engineering. ABET is the top accrediting board for engineering in the United States and probably in the world.
Another thing that is a very different approach at Indiana Tech, I think, that some other universities, is we try and make sure they have a lot of lab experience in the engineering department. All engineering programs are going to have laboratory courses, but in our laboratory courses we try to get them not just exposure to measurements and exposure to some of the devices that you'll be used, but I like to actually assign projects that are, realistic projects.
Those projects, this project-based learning, help students to work together in a group and be hands-on with their the material or the product that they're creating. Engineering students at Indiana Tech to me, stand out because I know that they've had a lot of experiences working in groups, working on projects, doing lab experiments to help them understand the material, and I think that prepares them well for industry.
First thing I'll tell a high school student is study, study, study. Get all the math you can possibly get. I honestly believe that the critical thinking skills you learn in math courses will help you with engineering courses.
The type of knowledge base that students should have coming in, they need to be problem solvers and critical thinkers. Those two things are really the essence of engineering. Regardless of flavor, they're going to need to figure out, there's a problem here, how do I solve it? And they need to think critically about that. They need to observe, listen to people, and then kick in those problem-solving skills to solve the problem.
Part of the growth of Indiana Tech has involved an increasing number of international students. So I think if we can expose students to different ideas, different cultures, again, it makes them that much more competitive in the marketplace.
In the Fort Wayne area, we have lots of large companies, BAE Systems, Fort Wayne Metals, General Motors, Raytheon, Harris Corporation, and the list goes on. We have a lot of employers that want our engineering students.
Indiana Tech, I think, continues to serve students even beyond their graduation. We really strive to keep in touch with our alumni on a personal level just to see how they're doing, but then also they want to give back to the university because of the experiences they've had here, so they want to provide opportunities for other students here as well.
(25-20) as we go into set number 2 as the Warriors taking on Mount Vernon Nazarene, and again a history that has been dominated by Indiana Tech. The one loss going back to March 23rd, 2024, where the Warriors lost in 5, 3-2, but it's been a series historically dominated by Indiana Tech, winning it 3-0 in multiple times. But interestingly enough, however, 3-0 at home back on March 6th, but 3-1 back in conference tournament play, or we should say at the end of the season play, we should say. 3-1. So this is the second game of these two teams taking off against each other. It's Mount Vernon able to get a quick point in time to start this one off 1-0 here in set number 2. Joe Northern, delighted to have you with us here as the postseason stretch coming down for the Warriors. And again, one more chance to catch your Warriors coming up at least in the regular season. Likely a postseason game going to be hosted here at the Schaefer Center coming up in the second week of April, but the last home game we can confirm will be a big one against Lourdes, also 7th ranked in the country too, mind you. This one, they go back row. High swing up into the net, but a push on the inside going to go against Mount Vernon. And number 8 in Haven Larison, so back even at 1. Nola Bosley now ready to bring this one back and over. It's Bosley. It's a nice cut back to mid-row. Deflected, tipped, and threw off number 25, in Logan Gamero.
Serving for the Cougars, number 8, Stephen Larison.
Push again forward. This one lifted down low. Trying to connect on the interim. Pushed up and still out of play. High swing, dunk tip, but out of the box. Logan Gieske was looking for the angle, but could not get it to go. And just like that, Mount Vernon Nazarene with their first 2-up advantage here in set number 2. Another push again, this one up into the net. High lift again, goes back row. Pushes over to Elliott, still trying to continue to keep it alive. Nice block again coming from Gieske. Warriors got to find a way to get big swing here. This one deflected down low, but in time for the Cougars, and Jackson Bush able to get the point on the board to make it 4-1. Brought over for Vernon. Vernon again. Deflected up off the tip, and they got it. The Warriors trying to do a great job of defending the net, but have not done so well here in set number 2. And just like that, the Cougars now getting 5 of the last 6 here in the second. As Vernon able to connect on the inside. Swung on from Elliott, up into the net, still kept live by the Cougars. Great move, and they've done a good job of finding the way to get the deflections. And Mount Vernon Nazarene capitalizing. They're up at 5-point lead here in the second. Here's Vernon. High tip, swing again off into the back row. But a nice push again coming in from number 20 and Logan Gieske to shut down the run. But the Warriors now work to do here in set number 2, and with good reason.
Serving for the Warriors, number 14, Owen Elliott.
And Owen Elliott ready now, bringing this one across. Elliott gets this one mid-road, deflection, tip down. Still kept live by IT. Another push, this one deflected up and out of play, and it's off the hands of Mount Vernon Nazarene. It's Noah Weinberg trying to get the edge of the lower front, but could not get it to go. It's Weinberg now, looking to reset. Deflected again over to Default. Default sails this one out of play. They were looking for the edge on the corner. We'll look to see if that might be challenged or not, but nonetheless, Bush sails it out of play into the bushes of the court. And the Warriors now rattle off 3 in a row, 6-4 here in set number 2. Elliott gets this one up the middle. Chance again, push forward, and got the deflection off Bosley. As Bosley gets that off the arm bar, and the lead now 7-4, advantage of Mount Vernon Nazarene. This will see Austin Kolagowski now ready to bring this one across. Swing again, 2K blocked up front. 2K not able to get it in time. And it's 8-4, advantage of the Cougars. But this one out of the box. And the Warriors trying to reset again, 8-5. Early on here in set number 2. And Logan Gamera now ready to bring it across. Push again, goes up and over, but a nice striking swing again from Noah Weinberg in the meantime. And the Cougars, with their largest lead, well, their second largest lead of the night, leading by 4. They're up by as many as 5 at one point here in the match. Another push again. This one broken up, down, and a nice swing coming in from Logan Gieske, the opposite hitter. Able to bring that one down and back to a 3-point lead, 9-6 here in the second. Weinberg now ready to bring this one across. Weinberg tries to connect, and he does off the tip. And now the Cougars trying to play a spoiler and doing a good job of doing so right now. 11-6 here in the second. Push again, deflected, and out of play. The Warriors give up 3 points in a row, and now they got to stop to think it over, and with good reason. 12-6, Cougars doubling up. Back in a moment.
It's really important for freshmen to realize you get out of college what you put into it. If you dedicate yourself to your classes and to your projects and to what you're doing in college, you're going to have a really great experience here.
I wish someone would have told me my freshman year that it's important to prioritize, knowing what's important, what's not important, knowing what I need to do opposed to what I want to do.
The 2 things that I think all freshmen should know is buy a parking permit so you don't rack up a bunch of fines and tickets, and also make sure you go to class, because it seems like a good idea when you're skipping, but then it's not worth it in the end when you fail the test or don't turn in homework.
As an international student, my advice for the freshmen is to not be afraid to make friends, because your friends here will end up being your family away from home.
Anything that you want to do, anything that you want to put on, anything that you want to showcase on campus, you can. There's always people around to help you do what you want to do here.
Make sure that you always take time for yourself to make sure that you're okay, because college can be very overwhelming as far as like schoolwork and friends and sports and just like everyday life. Always just make sure that you get what you need to get done.
It's important to have a relationship with your professors, because you become more personable with them. You start to engage in the material more. They can give you recommendations, especially once you
Swing up over and over, and just like that, Indiana Tech has given up 4 in a row, and Mount Vernon Nazarene on a roll right now, 13-6. And the Warriors struggling to find an answer right here, right now. But off the net, they get a reprieve in the meantime. Takes a little reverse psychology in saying that out loud, doesn't it? Nonetheless, Warriors still a lot of work left to do. 13-7 here in set number 2. Cold, able to get the ace up and in. And could be the spark that the Warriors are looking for, and honestly, with doggone good reason. As they trailed by 5, they won the first by 5. Now trying to battle back against a Cougar team that has been pesky. But a Warrior team that's trying to battle back up and in there. And out of the box it goes. So Mount Vernon Nazarene still up by 6 here in the second, 14-8. Deflected off Urish. This one still kept in time. Lifted back over from Carnes. They're going to have to do a battle at the front line, and they do. And they've done a good job of hugging those front lines, knowing that that's the Achilles heel, and lead it now by 7. They've been led by Tommy Tierney tonight. 6 kills, 2 errors, 13 total attacks. Alexander Devolt and Noah Weinberg each at least with 3. And a quick swing back on the opposite side to shut it down in Nolan Bosley. But nonetheless, it is a 6-point advantage for the Cougars, and the Warriors going to have a little bit of work left to do here in the second if they want to try to finish this off in 3 straight. Here's Peterson. Able to get this one up and over. Swung on, deflected tip, still kept live. Now another push. Back row it goes. High swing. Deflected again up the middle. Now another push. Brought down, still kept live. Elliott had a good swing and was able to eventually shut it down, and he does. And trims the lead back to 5, 15-10. But Mount Vernon doing a great job of at least trying to pull themselves ahead early in set number 2. Warriors trying to find a little bit more to work with. Battle at the front line. They have not done a good job of attacking the front line here tonight. They find a way to do it here. And they throw off Urish again, that they know that they have a younger rotation in the back line, and Mount Vernon Nazarene taking advantage of that, and with good reason, as Zach Carr's coming back in. And the Cougars up 16-10. Here's Sturdy, and an ace. As Owen Elliott could not get it to go, the San Antonio sophomore bobs it off his hand to make it a 7-point advantage. Turney again into the net, and we play on. 17-11 here in set number 2. And Bosley with an opportunity to redeem himself right here, right now. Bosley goes in the back row. Tipped again. Again, the front line has not been commanding for the Warriors, and exactly proving so here in the second. And a 7-point lead, an advantage of Mount Vernon. Keep in mind, this Warrior team has won 5 in a row coming into tonight's match. And trying to keep the momentum going if they at least want to hold the 3 spot in WAC tournament play. Still likely they'll host a home game, but holding the 3 is a lot better than hosting the 4. But again, knowing the amount of competition between Bethel and Lourdes, we'll have to wait and see how that rolls. This one deflected out of play to make it 18-12. Elliott brings it over. This one down low, high tipped. Able to try to reset it again one more time. This one swung down and got it. And it seems as if the Warriors at least just trying to struggle to find answers at the moment as they still trail by 6, 19-13 here in the second. But the attacking for Mount Vernon Nazarene certainly hot here in set number 2. As Austin Kolakowski ready to bring it over. Kolakowski goes back row. Able to set it again up top. This one deflected, still kept live, but thankfully out of play. As Kolakowski sails it out of the box, and the lead trimmed down to 5, but again, the Warriors gonna have to try to play the deflection game a little bit more here. They have not done a good job of doing that here in set number 2. And yet another side out against IT. In fact, for the Warriors right now, taking a look at the stats as it stands, the service errors have not been kind tonight. 10 service errors actually for each team, so Weirdly enough, they're both even at 10 apiece. So it makes sense, obviously, how this is likely going to be 1-1. Unless the Warriors find a way to command the attack and shut down this Cougar team, which only has 5 left to work with as this one sails out of play. An attack error coming against the Cougars. But errors have been the story tonight. 11 against Indiana Tech, 9 against Mount Vernon. But only 3 aces for the Cougars, only 1 for IT. Both teams even at 10 service aces. This one deflected again, down low, and out of play. So again, we're going to see a little bit of that line play here late in the second, 20-16. As you can see, the Cougars trying to get a little bit comfortable with their lead, but Indiana Tech not going to make them try to work for that. But, of course, they're going to challenge it to try to rule it back to a 6-point lead. And with that, we'll step aside. It'll be a touch ball ruling when you come back. This is Indiana Tech men's volleyball.
It's really important for freshmen to realize you get out of college what you put into it. If you dedicate yourself to your classes and to your projects and to what you're doing in college, you're going to have a really great experience here.
I wish someone would have told me my freshman year that it's important to prioritize, knowing what's important, what's not important, knowing what I need to do opposed to what I want to do.
The 2 things that I think all freshmen should know is buy a parking permit so you don't rack up a bunch of fines and tickets. And also make sure you go to class, because it seems like a good idea when you're skipping, but then it's not worth it in the end when you fail the test or don't turn in homework.
As an international student, my advice for the freshmen is to not be afraid to make friends, because your friends here will end up being your family away from home.
Anything that you want to do, anything that you want to put on, anything that you want to showcase on campus, you can. There's always people around to help you do what you want to do here.
Make sure that you always take time for yourself to make sure that you're okay, because college can be very overwhelming as far as like schoolwork and friends and sports and just like everyday life. Always just make sure that you get what you need to get done.
It's important to have a relationship with your professors, because you become more personable with them. You start to engage in the material more. They can give you recommendations, especially once you get out of college. You definitely want to put them down as like references. And if you
So the Warriors keep the point and back down to a 4-point lead, 20-16. And Mount Vernon Nazarene is going to lose the timeout in the meantime while doing so. So just like that, down to 1 timeout apiece. Well, actually 2-1, we should say. As IT trying to find a way to get over, but Urish sails it out of play. 21-16, the Cougars leading. Noah Weinberg ready to sail this one up and over. Weinberg returns the favor out of play. So again, the service errors have not been kind on both sides of the equation here tonight. At both teams, even at 11, only 4 service aces, 3 of them for Mount Vernon. Can Christian Cold find a way to buck the trend? 2K. Sails this one down low. Nice cut in the middle. Deflected, and they do get the deflection. (22-17). It's Jackson Snell now ready to bring this one across. And an ace. So Snell able to get the quick ace on the board, and the Cougars very close to making this a 1-1 affair. And no tip this one out of play. And now we'll see a challenge coming in from Coach Jordan Rosenberg and company. See if they did see the tip. We'll let you know how it goes in a moment.
Want to know what it means to be a warrior? pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and walk a mile in a Warrior's shoes.
Good luck, Tammy.
See you, David.
Things happen. How do you make the unexpected happen? Take the next step with an online degree from Indiana Tech. Start with a visit to one of our 2 new Chicago area enrollment centers in Naperville or Wilmette. You'll discover a wide range of affordable undergraduate and graduate degrees with flexible class schedules designed to fit your lifestyle and help you earn a degree sooner than you'd expect. Embrace the unexpected at Indiana Tech.
You want to know what's possible at Indiana Tech? Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a Warrior.
And so the point will stand with Mount Vernon Nazarene to make it 24-17 here in the second. And so the Warriors going to have to try to battle back here unless something drastic happens. Push again, block tip. That's how this one comes to a close. And we go to set number 3. So to the third we go, even at 1 apiece. Mount Vernon Nazarene demolishing the Warriors. We'll see what happens here in the third in a moment.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260s dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
I decided if I was going to come to Indiana Tech, I was going to be a different kind of instructor. I was really going to focus on connecting with students, teaching the students the theory that they needed and also the practical applications.
Very practically what that looks like is smaller class sizes. So my class sizes are the 8 to 10 up to maybe 20. And that's backed up with we have 18 hours of office hours every week. I'm sitting in my office waiting for students to come in to talk about anything. It doesn't just have to be with the classroom.
In the College of Engineering, we have ABET accreditation for mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, and biomedical engineering. ABET is the top accrediting board for engineering in the United States and probably in the world.
Another thing that is a very different approach at Indiana Tech, I think, that some other universities, is we try and make sure they have a lot of lab experience in the engineering department. All engineering programs are going to have laboratory courses, but in our laboratory courses we try to get them not just exposure to measurements and exposure to some of the devices that you'll be used, but I like to actually assign projects that are, realistic projects.
Those projects, this project-based learning, help students to work together in a group and be hands-on with their the material or the product that they're creating. Engineering students at Indiana Tech are, to me, stand out because I know that they've had a lot of experiences working in groups, working on projects, doing lab experiments to help them understand the material, and I think that prepares them well for industry.
First thing I'll tell a high school student is study, study, study. Get all the math you can possibly get. I honestly believe that the critical thinking skills you learn in math courses will help you with engineering courses.
The type of knowledge base that students should have coming in, they need to be problem solvers and critical thinkers. Those two things are really the essence of engineering. Regardless of flavor, they're going to need to figure out, there's a problem here, how do I solve it? And they need to think critically about that. They need to observe, listen to people, and then kick in those problem-solving skills to solve the problem.
Part of the growth of Indiana Tech has involved an increasing number of international students. So I think if we can expose students to different ideas, different cultures, again, it makes them that much more competitive in the marketplace.
In the Fort Wayne area, we have lots of large companies, BAE Systems, Fort Wayne Metals, General Motors, Raytheon, Harris Corporation, and the list goes on. We have a lot of employers that want our engineering students.
Indiana Tech, I think, continues to serve students even beyond their graduation. We really strive to keep in touch with our alumni on a personal level just to see how they're doing, but then also they want to give back to the university.
We welcome you back. Set number 3 incoming. Mount Vernon Nazarene on a resurgent second set, able to get some points on the board. But this one goes right into the net. So we'll see how set number 3 goes. Again, both these two teams have been fairly competitive in their series history. Take a look back as it stands right now. Only a 3-game winning streak for IT, but again, it's been 3-1 the last 2 times that these two teams have faced off against each other. It's at least going to be that way here tonight. This one broken up inside the middle. Deflected down again. One-hander again from Bosley. Now a reset upcoming. This one down low. Nice swing again from 2K. Push again up top. This one broken up inside. Deflected down. Not going to matter. And the problem is that deflections have come back to haunt IT in more ways than one this evening. And just like that is a 1-1 advantage. It's what haunted them in set number 2, mind you, we should say. As they were able to try to get some quick points in the interim in the first, but not getting as lot of quality swings as you just saw from 2K and Christian Cold. Able to get the point on the board as we cross the 8 o'clock hour here at the Schaefer Center. Joe Northern, delighted to have you with us. There's 2K ready to bring it over again. Gets this one down back row. Connects again over to connect with Snell. Snell trying to continue to keep it alive. Sets this one up top. High push. Nice setup again in the middle coming in from Ryan Crosser. Crosser. And a nice defense play, but goes back on the board for Mount Vernon Nazarene to make it 2-2.
Serving from Mount Vernon, number 10, Austin Kolakowski.
A nice high swing again from Ben Rosno. Now able to sink this one down into the lower front. And the lead now 3-2. And Pearson now ready to sail this one up and over. Takai Pearson, the Hartsdale, Alabama native. Pearson gets this one deflected. Sails it back. Tip. Pearson tries to get the save. Going to have to be a pass over here, and it will be as Rosno gets it in time. Set piece play upcoming. Another deflected tip. See what the Warriors can do here. One-hander off Gieske. Now another set play, we should say. Not going to happen. Save from Murish. Going to be a four-hander going to call no matter what. And Mount Vernon Nazarene able to get it in time on the four-hander. And we're even at 3 apiece. And as the Mount Vernon bench is calling him the X Factor. Make him the ace factor in that point too, why don't you? It's Bosley able to get the swing down in time on the two-hander as it grazes the court even at 4 apiece. Nolan Bosley now trying to continue to keep things in motion. Bosley gets one deflection. Gets it back over to Tierney. Tierney gets it up off over the net. Now another push. This one brought down and in time. And a nice swing again from Logan Kieske to get the point back on the board. And the Warriors back up 1, 5-4. Another push deflection, but goes out of play. Now they're looking to see if there was going to be a dunk tip or not, if they're going to challenge it, and exactly what Jordan Rosenberg is going to do here. So while he challenges that, we will step aside.
Want to know the difference between dreaming and doing? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a Warrior. Want to know what it means to be a Warrior? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and walk a mile in a Warrior's shoes.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
You want to know what's possible at Indiana Tech? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a Warrior.
Apologies for the delay. We were trying to get some audio things figured out here, but right now 8-6 the advantage of IT here in the third. And into the net it goes. Jackson Snell now ready to bring this across. Again, set number 3. The Warriors won the first 25-20, but dropped the second, and less than spectacular fashion. 17-25. This one deflected down low, and again, that's been the Achilles heel. Not able to defend the attacks as well as they can. And we're even at 8 here in set number 3. Cold able to get the swing in time, and we're even at 10 here in set number 3. And what has certainly been a back and forth effort here tonight at the Schaefer Center. Joe Northern, delighted to have you with us. But a run up into the net, going to go back into Mount Vernon. Push again up the middle. 2K able to get the swing down and in time to get it back to a 1-point game, 12-11 here in set number 3. And again, apologies. We've been trying to work with some of the equipment that we have here this evening, but again, still continuing to give you the best action that we possibly can right here on the Indiana Tech Digital Network. As Cold gets this one down low, high swing, push, and sails it out of play. We're even back at 12 here in set number 3. Get an opportunity to try to go up 2-1, but takes 3 to win here. As it was just a flip-flop back and forth affair between the first and the second. As Cold able to get a nice grazer up on the net. This one's still going to be kept live. Block tipped. Down low. Able to sail this one up over and deflects off another player. As it goes off Ryan Clauser, the junior from Escondido, California. And the Cougars get one quick point in the meantime, make it 13-12. One broke it up to Urish. Gets this up over to Rosno. Rosno tries to get the double, and he gets it in time on the whistle from our R1. We're back even at 13.
Serving for the Warriors, number 21, Tyke Peterson.
Deflected again up the middle. Sails this back over to Rosno. Rosno gets it up and out of play. Make it 14-13.
Serving for Mount Vernon, number 15, Xander DeVault.
Xander DeVault now ready to bring it inside. DeVault gets this one over. Deflected again down low. Off the tip, still kept live. But deflected again from IT, and we're even back at 14. Nolan Bosley now ready to bring it across. Bosley goes back row, connects over to Tao. Tao again, block tip, got it in time. A nice swing push coming in from the front blocker in Logan Kieske. Or Camaro, I beg your pardon. Make it 15-14 here in the third. Push again over to Causer. Causer again. Gets this one down up the middle. Sets it back over to Monin. Monin able to get the hand off, but a quick point back on the board for IT. And the lead back to 2, and a timeout called by Mount Vernon. So a 2-point lead, 16-14 here in set number 3. Back in a moment. This is Indiana Tech men's volleyball.
Want to know what it means to be a warrior? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and walk a mile in a warrior's shoes.
Good luck, Tammy.
See you, David. Things happen. How do you make the unexpected happen? Take the next step with an online degree from Indiana Tech. Start with a visit to one of our 2 new Chicago area enrollment centers in Naperville or Wilmette. You'll discover a wide range of affordable undergraduate and graduate degrees with flexible class schedules designed to fit your lifestyle and help you earn a degree sooner than you'd expect. Embrace the unexpected at Indiana Tech.
You want to know what's possible at Indiana Tech? Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a warrior.
(16-14) here in set number 3. Joe Northern, delighted to have you with us on a Wednesday night, April Fool's Day. As Bosley gets this one up in the court. High swing, tip down low, and easy point. Eventually, it becomes an easy point for Mount Vernon Nazarene to make it 16-14. Or 16-15, I beg your pardon. Well, again, one more home game left for the Warriors as they will be taking on Lords in a big matchup on Tuesday night. This one brought up and over. High swing, tip down low. Deflected again, back to Bosley. Bosley again. Sailed up and over. Trying to continue to keep it alive. Gets over to Urish. Urish again. Deflected tip. But they do see a reach inside the net, so gives the Warriors a little more breathing room at this point. As they go back up in the 2-up advantage, 17-15 here in set number 3. Rosno gets it again mid-side and out of play. So now they're trying to at least slow down Mount Vernon. They're trying to get some quick points and force the outside plays again. From what we've seen from Indiana Tech, they've been very much a late set surgent team. And we even saw that in the second, but still have some work left to do if they want to try to go up 2-1. Push again up the middle. This one inside. And back on the board for the Cougars. They get 18-16. We'll look to see if that's going to be a ruling in one way or another. And see if maybe there was an illegal movement against Mount Vernon, but the card is going to stay with Jordan Rosenberg. So not going to matter at this point to make it 18-16. Jackson Snell ready to sail this one up and over. Gets it back over to 2K. Gets it inside the box, up and in. As Christian Cole gets it in time and back to a 3-point advantage, 19-16. Here in set number 3. Here's Ong now. Goes back row to connect over to Monin. Monin fights it up off the tip. Sailed up and over. That's going to go. (19-17) here in set number 3. As this one goes out of play. 20-17 here in the third. The Warriors trying to continue to push forward, but they've had some trouble in closing sets off and trying to get the front line blocks in their direction, but still hold at least an even 1-1 advantage. Push again from Elliott and an ace. Something we've only seen for the 4th time today for IT. As they get the point back on the board. And the 4th service ace for IT to make it 21-17 late here in the third. Trying to go back up and go on a little bit of a run here. This one deflected again, goes back over to Monin. Monin deflected back, finds Rosno. Rosno again on the move. 2K deflected on the board, up and in. As Christian Cole able to get the quick swing in time to get back up to a 5-point advantage. 2K Christian Cole, 2K Christian Cole. That's the chant, as they say. And the Warriors back up 5 as we go to the third here in Warrior Country.
It's really important for freshmen to realize you get out of college what you put into it. If you dedicate yourself to your classes and to your projects and to what you're doing in college, you're going to have a really great experience here.
I wish someone would have told me my freshman year that it's important to prioritize, knowing what's important, what's not important, knowing what I need to do opposed to what I want to do.
The 2 things that I think all freshmen should know is buy a parking permit so you don't rack up a bunch of fines and tickets. And also make sure you go to class, because it seems like a good idea when you're skipping, but then it's not worth it in the end when you fail the test or don't turn in homework.
As an international student, my advice for the freshmen is to not be afraid to make friends, because your friends here will end up being your family away from home.
Anything that you want to do, anything that you want to put on, anything that you want to showcase on campus, you can. There's always people around to help you do what you want to do here.
Make sure that you always take time for yourself to make sure that you're okay, because college can be very overwhelming as far as like schoolwork and friends and sports and just like everyday life. Always just make sure that you get what you need to get done.
It's important to have a relationship with your professors, because you become more personable with them. You start to engage.
22-17 advantage of Mount Vernon. As Elliott sails this one up and across. Deflected again in the middle. Brought back from Elliott. Pitched back in opposite side. Sailed up from Kosser. Kosser again. Dunked down from Bosley. Bosley trying to look on the return. Up into the antenna. And the Warriors able to get a quick swing on the point and on the board in time. 23-17 here in set number 3. The Warriors again trying to continue to keep the momentum in their direction. And a 6-point advantage. This one down low on the inside. Still trying to continue to keep it alive. Deflected tip. Goes back in the hands of Larison. Larison, block tip, down dunk tip, up and in. As Zach Carnes able to answer the call, and now the Warriors riding some momentum here in set number 3. And no timeouts taken for IT. The push again from Elliott. This one up and over. Swung off, blocked from 2K. And a little bit of help from Zach Carnes in the meantime. And just like that, we go to the 4th. The Warriors trying to finish it off. As we go to the 4th, they lead it 2-1 as we go to the 4th here on the Indiana Tech Digital Network.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260s dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
I decided if I was going to come to Indiana Tech, I was going to be a different kind of instructor. I was really going to focus on connecting with students, teaching the students the theory that they needed and also the practical applications.
Very practically what that looks like is smaller class sizes. So my class sizes are the 8 to 10 up to maybe 20. And that's backed up with we have 18 hours of office hours every week. I'm sitting in my office waiting for students to come in to talk about anything. It doesn't just have to be with the classroom.
In the College of Engineering, we have ABET accreditation for mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, and biomedical engineering. ABET is the top accrediting board for engineering in the United States and probably in the world.
Another thing that is a very different approach at Indiana Tech, I think, that some other universities, is we try and make sure they have a lot of lab experience in the engineering department. All engineering programs are going to have laboratory courses, but in our laboratory courses we try to get them not just exposure to measurements and exposure to some of the devices that you'll be used, but I like to actually assign projects that are, realistic projects.
Those projects, this project-based learning, help students to work together in a group and be hands-on with their the material or the product that they're creating. Engineering students at Indiana Tech are, to me, stand out because I know that they've had a lot of experiences working in groups, working on projects, doing lab experiments to help them understand the material, and I think that prepares them well for industry.
First thing I'll tell a high school student is study, study, study. Get all the math you can possibly get. I honestly believe that the critical thinking skills you learn in math courses will help you with engineering courses.
The type of knowledge base that students should have coming in, they need to be problem solvers and critical thinkers. Those two things are really the essence of engineering. Regardless of flavor, they're going to need to figure out, there's a problem here, how do I solve it? And they need to think critically about that. They need to observe, listen to people, and then kick in those problem-solving skills to solve the problem.
Part of the growth of Indiana Tech has involved an increasing number of international students. So I think if we can expose students to different ideas, different cultures, again, it makes them that much more competitive in the marketplace.
In the Fort Wayne area, we have lots of large companies, BAE Systems, Fort Wayne Metals, General Motors, Raytheon, Harris Corporation, and the list goes on. We have a lot of employers that want our engineering students.
Indiana Tech, I think, continues to serve students even beyond their graduation. We really strive to keep in touch with our alumni on a personal level just to see how they're doing, but then also they want to give back to the university because of the experiences they've had here. So they want to provide opportunities for other students here as well.
We go to the fourth. The Warriors trying to finish this off in a 3-1 fashion. Mount Vernon Nazarene trying to flip the script if they can. They try to force it to a fifth as we welcome you back inside here at the Schaefer Center. That's going to go off the antenna and against 2K Christian Cold. So not a great start for the Warriors to make it 1-0. Taking a look right now at team stats as it stands right now. It's been Indiana Tech leading in kills 33-27 and in hitting percentage .195 to .099. They've done a good job of passing the ball around too, 32-26. As this one going to go right back into the net and a point right back on board for IT to make it 1-1. So Owen Elliott gets it back on the board. Elliott swings this one up and over. High tip, that's going to be off the line, judge, and out of play. So the Warriors answer back to make it 2-1. Another push again, this one grazing up, off, and an ace. Elliott able to answer back and in good fashion to make it a 3-1 affair here in the fourth. Another push again, this one into the net and back on the board for the Cougars. This one bouncing right back into the net against Haven Larson, the Beaver Creek, Ohio native. Christian Cold ready to bring it back across here in the fourth. Warriors lead it into 25-20, 17-25, 25-17. Can they find a way to at least force some pressure, but give credit to Mount Vernon Nazarene for at least finding the corners when they least expect it to make it 4-3. Push again coming in for Peterson. Peterson goes back row on the swing. Deflection. Nice save in the back from Murish. Now an opportunity to reset for Mount Vernon Nazarene. This one back up on the inside. And a legal lift going to go against IT. And so the lead back to 1, 5-4 here in the second. And into the net it goes, 6-4. Nolan Bosley now ready to bring this one up and over. Bosley trying to continue to keep this one alive. Sails it up top, deflected down, and they leave the front line open And well ready to go for number 19, Noah Weinberg. It's been a sweet spot all night long tonight to make it 6-5 here in set number 4. And an ace. Six-sixer score here in the 4th. Mount Vernon, give credit to them for continuing to try to fight their way back. Again, they've still quite a few conference games left to play as this one goes off the antenna. And the Warriors able to squeeze away with yet another point. 7-6 now here in the 4th. And Ben Rosno now coming in to bring it over. Starting to see a little more of a veteran rotation coming in for Coach Jordan Rosenberg and company. But again, trying to get his underclassmen some reps in matches like this as this one sails out of play. And gets it back to a 7-7 affair. Jackson Snell now again to bring it over. Again, this one could go down to the wire, be even at 7 apiece. This one grazed up from 2K. And a block again up front from Ethan Klein as he shuts him down. As Klein sails it out of the box and in time. And so the Cougars now up 8-7 here in the 4th. They're trying to force a 5th. Indiana Tech trying to continue to keep the momentum going and trying to shut this down in 4. One big man to help make that happen is Logan Gieske, the opposite hitter from Joliet, Illinois. Able to get the push in time to make it 8-8. And Brian Kosher now ready to continue to keep the momentum in for IT. Another push again. Back row this goes. Sailed up, down, and in time. Tommy Tierney now back in, and a 1-point lead advantage of Mount Vernon Nazarene. Tierney gets this one in time, connects over to Rosno. High swing again, deflected off Gieske. So he's able to force the deflection from the hands of DeVault. And we're even at 9 here in the 4th. It's really been an even matched match for the most part here tonight, but again, it's been the late set surges, which, again, I could say that over and over and over and sound like a broken record, but it's been the late set surges that have made the difference here this evening at the Schaefer Center. Nice deflection up at top from Bosley. They're going to have to go for another reset. They go to 2K. 2K brings this one down over to Tierney. Tierney still keeping alive. Now got to go for the kill. Dug up again from Elliott. Elliott again back to 2K off the tip up and in. As Christian Cold able to get it from up top and on the board. So we take a look at that again one more time. 2K able to get the nice swing and the deflection and in time. And the lead back to 1, 10-9, but they're still looking for that 2-up advantage here in set number 4. Here's the push again. This one broke it up in the middle. High swing, got the deflection down and in time. And we're even at 10 here in set number 4. And Larison now ready to bring it back inside. Cold. Down at the midline and up and in. As they say, let's go Christian Cold, let's go Christian Cold. And Cold now ready again to bring it over. He's been one of the ace leaders, in fact, the ace leader in the season. 32 coming into tonight's matchup. Can he find a way to do it again? 2K deflected up the middle. Cougars going to have a chance. Deflected inside from Rosno. They go inside and up and in. A nice swing from Gieske again to get the 2-up advantage. And the lead back to 2, 12-10 here in the 4th. Warriors up 2-1 here in the 4th, trying to win the match and close it out in 4. Will be the 3rd consecutive match that they've closed off in 4-2, mind you. This one sails out. They're looking to see if that's going to be a challenge. It won't be. And from our vantage point, it definitely did not graze the box from our vantage point. So just like that, it's now a 12-11 affair. And don't forget the home finale coming up on Tuesday night as they take on 7th-ranked Lords. Last time they'll see Lords, also too potentially here in the Schaefer Center, barring any other wild circumstance, as the university will be shutting down next season in Sylvania. Swing again, this one broken up and down low and in time as they get it off to the hands of Tommy Tierney to get the point back on the board to make it 12-12. Our score here in the 4th. Able to get this one deflected over to Rosno. High swing, push, Carnes. Carnes again trying to continue to keep it alive. Able to sail this one up, down, nice swing up and in. Gets it back over to Tyler Monin on the board. Make it a 13-12 game. Monin trying to keep the opportunity in his direction. Grazes off the net. Dug received by Rosno. Nice little tip on the inside, trying to continue to keep it alive, and a reset upcoming. Push again. Rosno block tipped and a one-hander from Mount Vernon. Rosno tries to shut it down. He doesn't. Sails out of play. As they say, it's way up, way up, way up, and a 2-point lead advantage of the Cougars. So they're trying to force this to go to 5. But a nice swing again in the meantime coming in from Nolan Bosley to try to get it back to within a 1-point advantage, 14-13 here in the 4th. Again, both teams 2 timeouts remaining here in the late stages. Again, what's at risk? Tech trying to continue to stay in the top 4 so they can host a home match in the playoffs. Mount Vernon Nazarene trying to creep in there if they can, but they'll have a lot of work to do and hope that some things go their way. Right now, tonight going their way, especially on the front line. This is Noah Weinberg able to get the swing up and in to make it 15-13 here in the 4th. And Xander DeVault now ready to try to continue to keep this one alive. DeVault gets it up top. Throws this one down, still in motion. Another push deflected off the hands. Another swing push. High tip off Rosno. Monin trying to continue to keep it alive. This one's still in motion. High swing. Rosno able to get the deflection up and in. Lead back down to 1. 15-14, and the Warriors having to play from behind, but trying to get those points in quick fashion if they can. Let's make it 15-14. Here's Bosley. Deflected again up the middle. Into the net, even at 15. This goes off the net, off the hands of Ethan Clyde. And we're even at 15 here in the 4th. As the Warriors again trying to go for a 3-1 winner here. And go for the inside deuce win if they can. Inside deuce again, getting 2 wins inside the 3rd and the 4th, but that one going to be caught up between 2 of the frontline attackers. So Mount Vernon Nazarene still holding the advantage, 16-15. Continue to be kept alive. High swing again. This one going to be broken up. On the backside from DeVault. DeVault. Block tip, dunk down. Do they see the hand? They did. As it goes to Logan Gieske, able to find the swing up and in time to make it 16-16. So we have to Ben Rosno now to try to continue to keep the match in motion here in the 4th. The Warriors trying to finish this off in quick fashion. Push again, block, dunk tip, still kept alive. Now another swing, this one tipped over, save from Bosley, set piece play upcoming. They get it back over to Gieske. Gieske continue to keep it alive. But don't rule out this Mount Vernon team. They have found a way to get the tips over and over and make it 17-16 here in the fourth. Jackson Snell now ready to bring it over. Snell gets it over to Cold. Cold again on the swing. Picked back up. Now finds Bush. Bush again. Brought back over to Rosno. Rosno on the return. This one swung up. Back row they go. Gets it back. Deflected. Still kept live. Finds Cold. Cold trying to continue to keep it in motion. Another tip. Nice swing and a one-hander up and over. Eventually goes back into the motion of Logan Gamero. No illegal swing. They say play on. And the swing at advantage of Gamero to make it a 17-all affair here in the fourth. Here's Clauser. Clauser gets this one again. Another push. Block tipped. And got it. They were able to find the tip in time. They were looking to see if there was no tip against Mount Vernon Nazarene. And now they pull out the green card to see if this will stay off the tip. And now it will be challenged. So right now, score even at 17. Should this hold, Warriors go up one. Back in a moment.
Want to know the difference between dreaming and doing? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a Warrior. Want to know what it means to be a Warrior? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and walk a mile in a Warrior's shoes.
So the play stands in Mount Vernon now out of challenges. So the Warriors trying to set themselves up in pole position right now as they lead by one. This one broken up top, high swing, but able to get the deflection again off the top from Logan Gieske. Again, the frontline deflections has been the Achilles heel we've seen tonight here with IT. They've done a great job of continuing to keep it in motion, but again, the tips have not been kind here tonight. This one goes out of play. And one would say the service error is not terribly kind either against Mount Vernon Nazarene. With the 19-18 advantage of Indiana Tech. Owen Elliott now looking to bring this one up and over. Elliott gets this one again on the inside. High swing, deflected up and off the hands of Clauser. Clauser tries to set it up to 2K. 2K tries to save it. Now 2K again. Blocked back again. They try to keep it alive. Back over to Cold, the Danish delight. Dug up and saved by Monin. Monin again. Block tipped. Still kept live by 2K. Another push. Elliott. Set piece play upcoming. Who do they go to? Inside and a deflection thanks to Jackson Bush. Able to get the point, and it's even at 19. 19-19 here in the fourth. And Tyler Monin now. Monin able to get this one up and across. High swing, this one down low and got it. Cold able to get the quick answer on the swing in the interim. And the lead back to 20-19. As Cold able to get this one up and over. Apologies for the audio delays. We've had to finagle with the board a little bit here tonight, but should be good to go as it stands. 20-19. 2K now ready to bring this one over and sails it out of play. So even at 20 now here in the fourth, the Warriors trying to finish this out in 4. Mount Vernon trying to take this to the limit. As Kolakowski now ready to bring this one up and across. Kolakowski into the net and back on the board for IT. 21-20 here in the fourth. And Peterson now trying to get back into motion. Peterson sets this one up top. Gets back. Connects back over to Monin. Monin, block tip, nice save, but what do they say? It's a tip? No, it's out. It's out against Indiana Tech, and we're even back at 21. They're trying to rule it off the tip as Tech now trying to challenge it. And that's exactly what they're going to do. So we're even at 21. We'll see what the challenge holds in a moment.
It's really important for freshmen to realize you get out of college what you put into it. If you dedicate yourself to your classes and to your projects and to what you're doing in college, you're going to have a really great experience here.
I wish someone would have told me my freshman year that it's important to prioritize, knowing what's important, what's not important, knowing what I need to do opposed to what I want to do.
The two things that I think all freshmen should know is buy a parking permit so you don't rack up a bunch of fines and tickets, and also make sure you go to class, because it seems like a good idea when you're skipping, but then it's not worth it in the end when you fail the test or don't turn in homework.
As an international student, my advice for the freshmen is to not be afraid to make friends, because your friends here will end up being your family away from home.
Anything that you want to do, anything that you want to put on, anything that you want to showcase on campus, you can. There's always people around to help you do what you want to do here.
Make sure that you always take time for yourself to make sure that you're okay, because college can be very overwhelming as far as like schoolwork and friends and sports and just like everyday life. Always just make sure that you get what you need to get done.
It's important to have a relationship with your professors, because you become more personable with them. You start to engage in the material more. They can give you recommendations, especially once you get out of college.
So the challenge is inconclusive, and it'll stay even at 21. Here's DeVault. DeVault deflected off Urish. And an easy point and an ace for Mount Vernon. Make it 22-21 here late in the fourth. The Cougars trying to play spoiler and get an all-important conference victory to move them up to that 5 line to take on Lawrence Tech, which a team that they have taken care of business earlier this season. They don't want to face off against the Warriors, but right now it doesn't seem to matter if that's the case, as Mount Vernon's done a great job of picking off the front line of Indiana Tech here today. Head coach Jordan Rosenberg going to take a timeout. We'll take it with him, 23-21 here in the fourth.
Want to know the difference between dreaming and doing? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a warrior. Want to know what it means to be a warrior? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and walk a mile in a Warrior's shoes.
We go to the fourth, 23-21 here at the Schaefer Center. It's Mount Vernon trying to force a fifth set as the Warriors won the first and the third. But right now, it seems as if Mount Vernon has held the advantage. Doing a great job of forcing the front line deflections. Rosno brought up again up the middle. Gets over to Default. Able to sail up again. Finds Urish. Urish, a nice big boom. And back to the back row to cut it down to one. 23-22. Warriors within three. They need to go on a 3-0 run if they can. Nolan Bosley tries to make it happen right now. Bosley with a service error today. Won't get one here. Dug up from Urish. Dunk, tip, and got it. It's off the hands of number 19, Noah Weinberg, and he gets the point to make it 24-22. And Weinberg now trying to make it out of play. So the Warriors still find a chance, but they will have to go to extra points to make it happen. So the Warriors trail by one, 24-23, but they go to Ben Rosno to try to force the deflection. Rosno gets it in on the inside. High swing, push, deflected off the net. And it is deflected off the net in the tip. And we're even at 24. And Mount Vernon Nazarene now will stop to talk it over. So both teams down to one timeout remaining. And as a reminder, we will be back with you on Tuesday night for the regular season home finale against Lourdes. Again, the last time that the Gray Wolves will be coming to the Schaefer Center, at least in the regular season, potentially ever. The university finishing operations. The Warriors, however, still with a few games left to go in the regular season as they've got a big non-conference weekend coming up in Chicago, taking on Viterbo and St. Xavier. St. Xavier right now, number 3 in the country. Viterbo, they've always played a little bit of competitive action in all aspects of volleyball. Their women's team has always been in the top 10. Has been really hanging around the top 10 for many years, and the men's team has done a good job of at least continuing to field such as competitive of a competition. So that'll be coming up this weekend in Chicago. And they welcome Lourdes for the final regular season home game before heading on the road to Goshen and Bethel. So we're even at 24 here in the fourth. Warriors trying to finish this in 4 if they can, and avoid going the distance with Mount Vernon. Here's Rosno. Gets this one up the middle. Connects back over to Munnin. Munnin again. Light tip off the net, still kept live. They got to go for a pass over, and they do. It's Tierney. Tierney deflected again. They go back to 2K. 2K, mid-row, connects back over to Munnin. Munnin again. On the high side, block tip, still kept live and out of play. It was off the hands of Haven Larson. And Mount Vernon now taking their last time out in a set point opportunity for IT. 25-24 here in the fourth. And so the Warriors trying to finish this off in 4 games if they can. And if they do, they will improve their record on the season to 17-7, 12-3 in WAC play. They're receiving votes currently in the NAIA polls. They had to go the distance with Aquinas, though, over the weekend. But again, all but assured, they will be hosting a playoff game. We know they are in the playoffs for sure in the WHAC. Whether it be in the NAIA, we will have to wait and see. Of course, Looking to see the other scores going on tonight. This is the only game in action, but Lourdes did take the loss to Bethel. Again, top two teams going against each other. What else could you expect? Bethel already going to be WAC champions most likely here in 2026. But the Warriors, again, pretty entrenched in that 3 spot, but they need just a few more wins to ensure it because they played fewer WHAC games comparatively to Lawrence Tech, where they played 16. Lawrence Tech has played 16. Indiana Tech with 14 coming into tonight. And, of course, the weekend action is going to be a mix of non-con, but not too much non-con, but more non-con than not, as Bethel and Aquinas, the lone conference game on the schedule. And then Tuesday night, again, the Grey Wolves coming to town. Cornerstone headed over to Mishawaka. Right now, the Warriors want to try to start that momentum to Chicago here. And the senior and Ben Rosno. Rosno gets it up the middle. Chance again, broken up. Gets the nice save on the inside. High swing, it's over. Logan Gamero able to get the big swing in the back row. And this one is going to finish in 4. And the Warriors now move to 12-4 in league play, 12-3 in league play. They are right now, as it stands, a game out from Lourdes. Again, they'd have to go to the tiebreaker if they were to beat the Grey Wolves, barring the Grey Wolves stub their toe in the next week and a half. But nonetheless, the Warriors in prime position to try to go on a deep postseason run and try to get one of those at-large bids if they can't win the conference tournament. Going to be a goal for Coach Jordan Rosenberg and company. With that, we'll see you on Tuesday night when we do welcome the Grey Wolves here in the Schaefer Center. So it'll be a fun one here to close out the regular season. For all of us here at Indiana Tech Athletics, thank you for going through our technical difficulties tonight and enjoying this matchup. We enjoyed it just as much as you watching at home. Warriors win it in